Hey dudes, good morning. How's it going? Thank you for being here. I'm really happy to be here. Today I wanted to share something about feelings and feeling your feelings. And I'm laughing because I feel as though I'm understanding more what that means, but it's kind of one of those things that's everywhere you look, and I have struggled often with it, like, well, what the fuck does that actually mean? Thank you very much. I mean, I feel like in therapeutic settings, in all this talk about self-care, in mindfulness magazines and conversations, in the self-help communities, it's all about feel your feelings, feel your feelings. And I feel like it can be a struggle to understand what that means. So I'm here today to share a little bit about my experience with feeling negative emotion. I've come to believe that no emotion or feeling is negative or bad, and in fact, when we believe that, that's when it gets into a bigger problem or issue for us. But this idea of feeling these tough or painful emotions, and then the joy that is underneath that, or behind it, or once we get through it. So for me today, it was sadness, and actually the last few days. And I'm kind of new to the whole chakra systems and beliefs, but it makes sense to me to think that there's like these energy centers, and I'm not an expert on any of that, so I'm not even going to try to go into it. But I have been working intentionally with my heart chakra ever since I got sober, and even before that. I didn't really care so much before I got sober, but I felt like my heart was kind of missing. I would try to feel into it as I got into yoga and body somatic stuff, and it just felt like it was numb or frozen or blocked up. And so some of the work that I do with my own therapist and through my spiritual practice in recovery is to sort of tap back into that. Like, I believe my heart is there. I believe I'm capable of great love, and I do feel great love today for myself and others in the world, but I feel sometimes very stuck or blocked. So I've been working with the heart chakra, and what I found is there's a lot of sadness there, and I was exploring that the other day, and I was just crying for no reason. No reason. I do these a lot. Hi. And part of the thing with feeling your feelings is I think accepting that there doesn't have to be a reason necessarily. Like, the fact that I see homelessness every single day can be enough of a reason. Like, I don't break down and cry every time I see something painful or sad, but this sort of world, there's a lot of sad shit to see, right? And it affects us, and that could be a sign that our heart is open, and I sort of collect that, and maybe I need to just cry to let that stuff out. I'm crying for the world, maybe. I'm crying for the people that I see slumped over and overdosing in the bus station. So I just let myself cry, and I just let it be there, and I didn't try to make it an issue, and I didn't try to think there was something wrong with me. That was an issue that I had with feeling my feelings before, is that I have experienced deep, dark, suicidal, dysfunctional depression. And so I think a part of what I fear and what other people fear is if I allow this feeling to come up, I'm going to get sucked back into it, and it's going to be like it was before. And for me, the reason I know that it's safe to allow my feelings is because I have tools and structure to sort of turn it down if I feel like it's getting out of control. And I've also sat with my feelings enough. You know, you sort of test this out, right? And I've trusted enough from other people and other teachers and things that I'm learning that if I can just sit with an emotion, it won't kill me, it won't take me over. And beyond that, there's something better. And what I found is each time I go through these feelings of really feeling into my negative emotion, it like expands my vessel, and I feel greater joy after that. And so just today I was doing some heart chakra yoga, and I started bawling immediately. Like, the first posture, I'm just like sobbing. I'm like, okay, there's work to be done here. I'm just going to let that happen. And then I meditated after, and I was just feeling wider and freer, and I was feeling joy. Like, I was just sitting there smiling and feeling better. So I'm really just trusting today. There's a lot to be said about feeling your feelings and what that actually means, but I'm just here to say and validate that our feelings can't kill us and our feelings can't hurt us. And when there have been times when we thought that our negative emotion would kill us, often I think it's from resisting that emotion and from trying to hold it back. And that creates this tension that is very uncomfortable and very painful, more painful than just allowing the emotion to sort of wash through us. They're just vibrations in the body. And they're created by our thoughts. And that's another thing that helps me. I want to just say this before I close this video, is now when I feel my negative emotion, I'm not attaching terrible thinking to it like I used to. So in my depression, it was like I'd feel the terrible feelings and then I would make it personal to me or the world. Like the world is a shitty place and I'm a shitty person and all these negative thoughts, right? But now I can feel the negative emotion and I sort of like talk myself through it with soothing things that I believe to be true. The premises that I've talked about before, the beliefs that I have now, like I'm okay and this is going to pass and this too, there's things that I can say to myself that sort of ease me through it. Just like you would soothe a crying child or something. And I also have support today too, so I'm not doing any of this alone. So if anything ever gets too big to bear, I have a therapist, I have meetings, I have friends, I have community. And if you don't feel like you have that right now, you have me at least, and you have these videos, and there's a whole world of people out there who can relate to what you're going through and want to support you through it. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a beautiful day today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.